Kyle Bradshaw from Cruiser Customizing.
Gregory Beck with Techlusion Distributing.
In this week's Wednesday with Greg, we're talking about motorcycle fuel management and what that really means.
And that could be a fuel management system for fuel injection, or it could mean a jetting kit for a carbureted motorcycle.
That's the absolute #1 question that people have when they call to order exhaust pipes. Do I need to rejet? Now, rejetting is a typical term for managing your air-fuel mixture, because we know that any of the modern day fuel injection systems don't really have jets to modify. They've got injectors that then present the fuel to the intake.
Yeah, so during this conversation, jetting could mean, in fact, a management system, or it can mean jetting as in a mechanical jet.
Now let's talk about some of the features and functions of the jet kit itself. So in most typical jet kits, you're going to have possibly a new spring that will then adjust the slide.
Yep.
You're going to have needles that are usually going to have notches on them, so you can adjust the height of the needle. Adjusting the height on the needle is going to adjust the thickness of the needle at that particular point in the operation, therefore adjusting the amount of fuel that can actually be delivered. And in the case of the Kuryakin Hypercharger, instead of replacing the needle for their particular jet kit, they give you a shim, which then in essence is going to raise that needle up and provide more fuel to enter during that range.
Yeah, that same trick was used back when needles became unadjustable, and we would stack washers to change them.
Other common components you're going to find in your jet kit are pilot jets, main jets, and sometimes a drill and a screw. So you can pop out the air adjustment plug that the factory put on there so you can't adjust the air fuel mixture.
Yeah, good thing to do. One thing we should talk about briefly is the biggest effect either one of these kits, a kit or jetting, the biggest effect they're going to have is in the low and mid range. The manufacturers have to keep the low and mid range kind of lean to pass EPA, especially in California. The top end isn't affected that much, really. So the main jets sometimes are good already. If you live in a different part of the country with high altitude, they might even be a little fat. If you live down in Palm Springs, a little low, you might have to change that.
All motorcycles come from the factory set up exactly the same. Now, living here in California, our bikes run different than those that get shipped to the Mile High Stadium there in Denver.
Actually, California bikes are different than the rest of the country, but if you live in Nevada or Denver, someplace with high altitude, they're going to really be off.
So it's just important that you modify your air fuel to be the proper mixture for your locale. One question we commonly get for the EFI fuel tuners is what makes them different. Now, most all of the fuel managers out there are fairly similar. Somewhere on the back end, you've got 3 pots that are going to make all of the adjustments that you need. This is going to go for the Cobra FI2000, the Vance&Hines fuel pack, the BigShot from Alren Ness, the TFI Techlusion. They're all going to be roughly the same adjustment. Or 2 companies that really have taken that to the next level are going to be PowerCommander and Bazzaz. So what makes the PowerCommander different is the fact that you can download a map that has been created on a dyno for similar characteristics as yours. PowerCommander up to your computer. You can change every single parameter, every single module by a click of a mouse. It's extremely simple. But is the common everyday motorcycle rider going to go to those extremes?
You know, Kyle, sometimes honestly, you're better off sometimes going with a plug and play. The three pot system, let's call it, whether it's this brand or another brand, sometimes it's just plug and play.
Cobra FI2000 I've installed on lots and lots of motorcycles, and the adjustments have been fairly small when it comes down to it. You plug it in, take it for a butt dyno, find out that it lags here or it's having a flat spot. You can come back and you can tweak those pots 1 click at a time and find the perfect setting for your particular ride. Extremely easy, it's economical, and it gives you the perfect performance for your machine.
And if you do happen to live in California and you order one of these, make sure you tell them you are in California. They are different for California bikes.
Absolutely. Both PowerCommander and the Cobra FI2000 come in a California carb-approved model, which is mandatory if you want to be able to smog your motorcycle in the years to come.
The benefits of fuel management are that really beautiful exhaust system you bought is probably going to continue to be the shiny color you like, because the motor is not going to get so hot because it's so lean that it's going to fry your pipes. Your muffler will actually last longer. If your bike's running lean and it's popping through the muffler, your muffler is not going to last a long time. You will get better performance. Even the handling is affected by a poorly carbureted motorcycle. Example, you go into a corner, you chop the throttle, you turn it on again, the bike's running too lean, there's a bobble. Not good, not good.
So fuel management is absolutely the key if you're looking to eliminate backfire, decel popping, bluing, and to get your motorcycle running at its optimal performance level.